Welcome back to another episode of Careful Boys, where today we have Anthony Lee with us as a guest.
Wow! Thanks for coming, Anthony.
Anthony!
How's it been? I haven't seen you in like 3 months.
Squeeze you guys in whenever I get a chance to, you know, my booming career in car sales.
Thank you.
You look so prim and proper.
I'm glad that you're still here, even though you have all those like car dealerships to launch.
Yeah, hopefully they're all doing well.
Just trying to one-up Steve with the attendance record.
Oh, yeah.
Killing them right now. You're
I
cooking
think
them.
you already won.
You're cooking them, dude.
You know, that's all I care about, Steve. That
Wait
and Lou and
until
Fuji.
it's wait until the competition is you and Steve versus Nick.
Oh yeah. You guys are gonna win for sure.
Dude, Nick's coming out.
I'm going to Vegas, dude. I'm coming out to Vegas,
It's a
dude.
big deal.
I like you guys a lot.
See?
He said literally last video he likes us more than Casual's MMA pod.
What?
As of right now.
As of right now, dude. You guys are way chiller.
Have you guys ever felt secondhand embarrassment for somebody?
Oh, brother.
Where it's not happening to you, but it's happening to someone else in front of you and you feel embarrassed?
So I saw a kid the other day. He was picking his nose, eating his boogers, and I was like, oh.
Wait, at the gym?
I'm not gonna say, but I saw a kid do that.
That's so funny.
I had to, and I looked away, and I was like, oh. I visibly couldn't look. As soon as I saw a finger going, I was like, oh God.
Gross.
Well, he wasn't embarrassed, was he?
Nah, he got embarrassed because someone called him out.
Why
right
was he
after.
eating them?
It's a move kids do.
Yeah, what makes
It's a common move, I think.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation with a person that did that. Like, what is it that
Some kids are dumb, dude. I think that's just the natural order of a low IQ kid.
you think so?
Yeah, because I had fucking like classmates that would eat crayon, and I'm all like, you are
What's higher on the totem
be
pole?
in kindergarten and be like, you're not supposed to eat that.
Yeah.
And then you have a fucking little rascal.
Oh, you're that kid, Joe?
Weird.
And then they go. And it's
You
like,
think there's any coming back from that? You think they could bounce back into something good?
I think everybody does something weird,
Yeah.
you know?
But then that's though.
Yeah.
There's a difference between and weird.
I feel like
Did you do it?
You have to be like coached out of that behavior. I feel like it takes some tough love.
I remember we babysitted this kid, him and his little so it was his sister and his little brother, and the little brother kept getting my Lego pieces, the one block, and sticking it up his nose, and then like shooting it out.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
Like little
medically-
pieces
Like,
into
it's
your
not a good idea.
that's like super dangerous.
And
Like
then-
people go to the hospital for that a lot.
Yeah, when we were like, don't do that, and he cried and he was sad because he couldn't put Legos up his nose anymore.
The restriction on him, yeah.
Yeah.
There was this one, when I think of secondhand embarrassment, I always think of this one dance competition that I was judging, and they were like announcing first and second place, and then some lady had like handed the piece of paper over to the MC, and then the MC like read it out loud, and they're like, oh, first place goes to this person, second to this, and then we go to the dressing room afterwards, and then they go, oh, they read the wrong order. Like, it was actually the second place got first and first got second. And then everyone was like looking around. All the staff was in the room, and we were like, how did that happen? And I just was like scanning the room, and I see this one like mom who had volunteered at the event, and she's just like this, like, she had like tallied the math wrong and then wrote it on the paper and then gave it to the guy. And she wasn't saying that she did it, but like I was just looking at her like, oh, it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so they had they had both captains of first and second place come into the room, who were already out there celebrating, by the way. They brought the two captains in, these two women, and we had to be like, hey, so this is what happened. It was tallied wrong. You actually got first and you got second. And the lady who the captain who basically got told she didn't win took it really well and was like, hey, that's okay, you know, these things happen, it's totally fine, we're just glad we got to be here, and like really gracious. Both captains were great, but that lady didn't say a word. She didn't chime in. She was just like and then it was her. She was the one who did it.
Clearly.
I couldn't help but like, I felt like I did it because I'm just staring at her and I'm just like,
You felt her.
yeah, you just like
felt the
wrecked
emotions.
the day. Yeah, because like these events, they take a lot of time and effort to produce, and then things like this to not go right is just like.
And that's like a core memory for a kid who wins a competition that should
memory.
have got that first place celebration.
Yeah, core memory.
Like, that's crazy.
You know what I got secondhand embarrassment for?
What?
This is weird, but for my jiu-jitsu competition. like I don't care that I lost, but I felt bad for my coaches because they're like at the top of their game.
Oh.
So I can see that other people are like, wait, but you're this person, and one of your athletes lost. So it's weird because I think most people feel for themselves.
Yeah.
But for me, I felt like I just tried my best and it didn't work out the way I want. And I have like thick skin just from all the years of like just doing entertainment and all that stuff, right? So like I'm used to a lot of these like really uncomfortable situations. But I think for them, it's almost like watching, like you see like Michael Jordan starting to coach now. You're like, oh shit, who's he gonna coach?
Yeah.
And then Michael Jordan's athlete gets fucked up.
And everyone asks him like, yo, why? What happened to your guy?
And then so I felt that way. I'm like, fuck, I wish I would have did better for you. I don't even care that I actually lost. I'm like,
Okay, while they're out there and people are asking them about it, they're like, "Oh, he's a Make-A-Wish kid."
yeah. I'm like, fuck, I wanted to represent for you.
All they're gonna say is that's his first tournament, and that's all they need to know. And they go, "Oh, okay."
Spoken like a teacher.
That's all it is.
I felt bad.
You
yeah.
dummy, dude.
There's one that you would think is really funny, but there was another show I was judging, and they hadn't thought of this ahead of time, but it was an outdoor show competition. They didn't account that the Marley on the stage would get hot under the sun the longer that this was out there without a cover. And then so this girl team comes out and they're like contemporary and they have no shoes. Oh my God. So they set up and they're standing there, and then as soon as the music starts, they just all start going and they run off.
That shit.
Oh, fuck.
But I thought that was their thing, so we were just the judges were just like, huh. And then,
Cool
like,
intro.
And then you could see the girl look like she was crying.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then so what they did was they realized like they had messed up, so the show was like, okay, so the only thing that we could do that's fair is we're gonna go like get a studio somewhere in the area, and they're gonna do their performance in the studio, and we're just gonna stand in the studio and judge it there. So the studio that we went
Compromise?
to, yeah. Well,
Not for like the technique that they
style,
probably need
yeah,
to
the
use.
technique, yeah.
Like
So-
spins and stuff like that.
So we go to a studio, like we could walk there, right? We walk to the studio. The biggest room they have is like barely enough room for their show.
Oh my
And
God.
we're having to judge and like try to avoid getting kicked by them during their whole show because they use a lot of space, contemporary
Oh
teams.
my goodness.
And then the 5 of us judges are just like trying to dodge their fucking kicks while judging which we can't even see correctly because we're in a room together. And it was the saddest cop out. It's like, dude, that's how they're gonna be judged. Yeah, that was. I was so embarrassed for them because like nobody wants to perform like that on game day, like in a little studio room for the judges
How'd
with
they do,
no
though?
crowd.
Did they place? How'd they do?
I don't remember. There were 2 teams we had to watch that way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because they had burned their feet. It was like really sad.
I always feel secondhand embarrassment when I'm at an event and it starts getting run in a way where I'm like, it could be run way better than this, and people are like being scurried around and things that don't even make sense, and I just feel like so.
And the organizers show their stress.
Yeah, and I feel embarrassed like for the event space in general. I'm like, dang. And people just can't run events very well.
Yeah, I think that's really where it gets embarrassing, is where you watch people get flustered publicly instead of like hold it together and just get the thing done.
Yeah.
But instead they're like showing so much emotion when it's just logical answers to things.
Sometimes I enjoy secondhand embarrassment when it's like watching things like Kill Tony, and then he like brings out a comedian from the bucket and they just are terrible, like no one's vibing.
Yeah,
But like
dude.
that's what's so entertaining sometimes. You want to be laughing at somebody who's dope, and then you also want to be like laughing at somebody who's not, and there's kind of a joy to watching.
Could they do good pranks there though? If they had bad pranks, it'd be bad embarrassment. But they like find like those perfect ride the line type of pranks.
Yeah, those kind of reality TV-esque type of situations are entertaining to
Is
me.
that the same way when you're like watching someone bomb, but it's like a 1-person thing where like you go to like a comedy club and he's a solo act and he's bombing? Because there's no one on the side to make fun of it. It's just you're just watching it happen.
That's a more painful secondhand embarrassment. Also because I probably paid to be there, so I'd
Exactly,
rather be
yeah,
entertained
right.
versus the concept of people are gonna burn tonight.
Yeah.
I don't want people to burn. I want to laugh at everyone.
No, yeah.
I think they kill Tony when it's set up that way because there are people waiting in an alley. They're just gonna get a minute, so it's like you're about to watch like a kid's talent show. So when someone's good, you're like, oh shit, this kid's actually phenomenal. But you're there to get cringe.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend at the time, she had a friend that was trying to be an actor, and she got on this live show and all this stuff. So it was like a big deal. All her family, everybody, like we all came to show up, right? So we're watching the show, and then like kind of halfway through, she fumbles on a line. And it's like, okay, that was kind of funny. And then she kind of said stuff like backwards or whatever, but she fixed it. But I think that just got her in her head so bad that from that point on, she kept skipping like lines, fucking up shit. Like it was
snowball effect.
It was like it's almost as if this bitch didn't practice, you know? But I think it just that one mistake fucked her so bad.
Thinking back at it, huh?
And then afterwards, because she invited everybody, right? So at the end, like people are bringing her flowers and talking to her, and you can just see her going like, dude, this I didn't even give my A game, and like everybody's here for me. And I was just looking at her like, that fucking sucks.
That does suck.
Yeah. Because her face wasn't even like, I'm trying to receive this and I'm happy you're here. It's like, it's a nightmare that you're here.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
Oh,
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating all the way back to 2019.
That's right. If you click on the link down below, you can join our Patreon, join us on the Discord, come chat with us directly, have a fun conversation.
And this will help support the channel's growth and new ideas. And also tap into our closer community by joining our Discord and get the opportunity to suggest video ideas like the ones you've seen. Thank you guys. Join our Patreon, help us out. Thanks.
See you guys there. Say hi to me.
dude, that reminds me of like when we did So You Think, and there was like fucking 50 of us. And then they announced the first episode where they're gonna show like the top 50. Every one of those people think they're gonna be in the episode. So they have parties, they have like watch parties with their friends and shit. And so many of them just not 1 second of FaceTime. Can you imagine what that feels like to be with your family?
Check it out, guys.
Yeah, this is the show I did. This is what I spent the last few months doing. And then like you watch it and just waiting the whole time, like,
Damn.
and it's like you don't exist, like you weren't even there.
That's like when people when people invite their whole family to go watch them do jiu-jitsu tournaments, or like a fight or something, and it's like their first one, and they're just like, sometimes you could tell when they're too enthusiastic about, like, at the end of the day you're gonna fight somebody, right?
Yeah.
Like that's like a weird thing. So if like there's two like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking fun, it's gonna be cool, if they're two like that, I always know that like, fuck, these dudes are gonna get smashed in front of their whole family.
Do they have a walkout song and everything?
For like MMA fights, yeah, they usually do. But like if it's a jiu-jitsu tournament, like when they get all their friends there, and you can tell like they don't know what to expect yet. You know, it's like they haven't done one yet, so it's like after you do your first one, then you have way more anxiety in a certain, like in a different way. You know what to expect, so you kind of like take it a little more serious. I think you're a little more locked in.
Yeah.
When you haven't done it before, and then you like bring all these friends over and they watch you and like they just get subbed immediately in like the first like we had one guy, we're coaching him, and we always tell the dudes, like, with any combat sport, if a coach is saying something, like, don't look at us.
Huh?
Like, don't take yourself out of the moment to like,
That's part of how you train people?
yeah, like some guy, you'll be amazed. Like we get guys who are kickboxing and then like they're actively sparring, and I'm like, hey, keep your lead hand higher, and they're like, huh? They do that and they go, huh? And then they get punched in the face or something.
We're just trying to hear better, okay?
Yeah, I know, but it's just like,
Damn.
dude, don't do that. Like, stay locked in, but just, you know, try not to take your.
Did you ever make that mistake when you were fighting?
100%. Well, I've had what Bart felt, where, and we've all had this, where you go out, you have high expectations, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna smash this dude. You get subbed in the first like 10 seconds.
Shit.
Like, talk about secondhand embarrassment, right? It's like
Getting
your
subbed in
coach-
front of your friends and family
Yeah.
is like, imagine like your friends and family watching get fingered in the butt.
And you're talking about stuff like you tapped out?
That's what it feels
Yeah,
like.
you got subbed. Like, I was a blue belt. My family had come watch me, and I told them, I always tell them, don't come. Please don't come to don't do this.
Yeah.
They drove all the way out to Long Beach. My match was already over. They got there, I had already been tapped out.
Thank God they didn't witness it, right?
Oh no.
And my coach at the time, which was Encheta,
Oh, okay.
he's like, he's like, what happened? I was like, I got triangled. He goes, okay. And then he just walked away.
This
and
when
I
you're a
was
blue
like-
belt?
Yeah, he was like, oh. And then he walked by, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
Oh damn.
And you're prepping for like, you know, forever, and then you go do it, and you get beat up, and you're just like, In my head, I was gonna beat this guy already, and I was looking at the second guy. I was like, that other motherfucker is the real. He's gonna win the whole bracket. And I was like, I'm gonna smoke this guy, and then I got smoked.
Damn.
It's crazy.
That's where I got the secondhand embarrassment, because I can tell like my coach cared about the loss more than me.
Yeah.
Because he thinks I care. Because I think most people
He thinks you care.
well, because he has so many students, right?
Yeah.
So he knows, like, fuck, man, when you're first, like, chances are this is how things play out, and from his experience, from his eyes, probably even from your eyes, you have a white belt, does a jiu-jitsu comp. If you get smashed, I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. It's not for me. You quit. You leave the academy. Right? That's a lot of people. They do that. A lot of people even go to a jiu-jitsu for like a month and they go, "Oh, I'm getting smashed. I don't like this." So he was like this with me, like trying to have the whole powwow talk, and like I'm like, it was hard for me to explain to him from my perspective that I made a career of roasting myself. So when I die in front of people, it's actually really cool.
Oh,
It's
okay.
actually funny, and it's not a bad thing. I don't really have an ego.
Right.
But it's hard to explain that to another person who made a career on winning all the time. For
Yeah.
him, he's like, it's okay, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
It's okay, I'm a loser.
and I'm telling him, no, it's okay. It's
Oh,
okay.
I've been here before.
You know, I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. He goes, no, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
You're not hearing me. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Like, I'm a clown. Like, you don't understand. I'm supposed to go point, point, like that's okay. And he goes, no, the honk honk is not okay. You know? So I'm like trying to let him know. I'm like, but now I feel bad.
No.
Because like I'm so used to it, you know? And I'm like, oh, this guy's like,
But that's like a loss for
I never tasted losses.
Yeah.
And now he's getting secondhand loss.
Damn.
He doesn't know how to cope with it.
Yeah, I'm
He's like, what is this feeling?
What did I do wrong? Damn, I didn't think of it like that. Damn. Yeah, that reminds me too, like when you do like for battles, when you do like 2-on-2s or anything where it's just not only you are embarrassed for everyone else if you crash. Like if you mess up, then that's on your whole team score.
Oh.
Even for performances, like if you're the one that messes up,
Oof.
yeah.
It's like your fault.
Sometimes I get secondhand embarrassed watching old footage of myself, and I'm looking at me, and I'm going, I'm embarrassed for that
Oh,
fucking guy.
for sure.
Anytime I watch myself, I get secondhand embarrassment.
Really?
Like, honestly, that's the baseline for me. Is like, anytime I see I swear to God,
Can't watch yourself even like
Even when he
talking?
brushes his teeth, looking in the mirror.
that I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. But like, when I see myself on any clip, I watch for like 2 seconds, and then I'm like, I close my phone and I chuck it, and I walk out of the room.
Even for like
No matter what.
What about JK?
Everything, anything, everything.
Wouldn't that be
TDE too?
firsthand?
More, dude. That one I jump out the window. I put my car in neutral and I stand under the wheels. That's what I do.
The one of you talking about Skechers, that one kills you?
Yeah, that one kills me. All of it. Anytime I think of it in the shower, I go, ah, ah.
The only reason I could agree with you on how that might make you feel is because you're so serious in your old videos.
Just in general, it's just like anytime I look back on it, I'm like, oh,
Laugh and you're like being completely straight.
yeah.
On all his fitness stuff.
Oh god.
There's no jokes.
Oh my god, dude.
This is what you want to do, guys.
Do you not love it at the same time? Is there not an equal side of it that loves it?
I think Nick needs to go around the world with just a door, and then so anytime he's like embarrassed, he could just pull up, and then the door goes up like that.
Oh yeah.
Car door, yeah.
Roll up the window.
Roll up the window.
Oh geez.
Embarrassed.
Or like Homer Simpson is going into the bushes.
Yup.
Yeah.
In the bush.
I just want to hide all the time.
Have you ever had secondhand embarrassment for a person that was here as a guest and they were just like bombing or something? Or they just were like saying something dumb?
Like kind of like Bart said, it's funnier when it doesn't go right.
I
And
see.
it's like you kind of like living in that space, and you get used to that space. It's I don't know, like
Kind of entertain anything though.
And it's the bounce back.
Yeah.
You know, when something's like kind of crashing, be like, all right, how is this person gonna save it?
that's a good one.
I'm glad that the new gen has the term crash out, even though like it's an old term. But I like that they say it because that is a frequently occurring thing you see more nowadays. I feel like
What's the
like crash it out, like they're just like losing it. They're just like
Oh, they just kind of like they
yeah.
have a mental break or what? Is that a crash out? I can't take this anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. It's pretty.
My age especially, lots of people are crashing out.
Yeah.
Well, lots of people I know that are like completely online with their jobs or like having mental like crash outs and going to hospitals and stuff for it. And kind of sad.
Is it because they're always online? Is that what it is?
I think so. I think people who have people. It's usually like gaming YouTuber friends that spend most of their time on Twitch and YouTube.
Is it the comments that make them go crazy? Is that what it is?
No, I think literally if you don't have enough tangible like real life stuff to live a real life,
Yeah.
and then
Reality's skewed.
yeah, it really.
I'm 16. I don't have a Lambo yet. Fuck.
Think about that all the time.
I'm a failure.
Either that or just like if all your friends are online and you can't go outside and meet up with a friend in real life. Like that's the reality for a lot.
Loss of social skill probably contributes to a lot of that.
That's tough.
Because then you're probably just frustrated at why things don't work out.
And also a lot of them have been YouTubers for like a decade. And as you guys know, when like the numbers are always fluctuating, when your like whole life is attached to like analytics and graphs and people's comments and interaction engagement, I see a lot of crash outs due to like trying to maintain that as a lifestyle for their whole life.
Yeah, that is hard. Having secondhand embarrassment for when you're, you ever been to like either Starbucks or Home Depot or something, and then somebody's complaining?
Oh yeah.
I am embarrassed for those people because I'm like, what the fuck's wrong? Some guy was like complaining at
like at a restaurant, and then they're like, "Oh, my steak's not cooked right."
Or I'm embarrassed for the date. Like for the person they're dating. Like if there's a couple and the guy is making a scene about how shit didn't go right, and the woman's just sitting there like waiting for them to stop yelling.
I have secondhand embarrassment when it's inappropriate requests. Like if you treat Denny's like it's Mastro's, or like those type of places, you're like at fucking Chevron and you're trying to like change the order on your coffee like at Starbucks. You're just like, dude, this thing's like 99 cents. Like, get out of here.
My aunt did that on Mother's Day. She was like, we were at fucking Denny's, actual Denny's, and then she's like, she called the waiter, was like, look at this steak, and then the waiter's like, oh, what is it? And she's like, it's dry.
Oof.
And I was like, we're at fucking Denny's.
It's always dry here.
Soaking wet compared to what's out there.
You got a T-bone steak at Denny's? Wrong answer.
T-bone, yeah.
This is A5.
You're supposed to get the fucking lumberjack grand slam, dude.
Say that at Denny's,
That's
dude.
fucking
It makes
funny,
you
though.
look like worse, like ghetto. Or
Yeah, but what did they do?
nothing. They took it and then they brought it back, and it was like a fucking different steak.
Was it more wet?
I don't think so. I think it was exactly the same.
Me and Hannah,
fucked with it for
we
sure.
were eating at Denny's, and then my plate came, and then the waitress, she was like, honey, yours is coming, but what do you expect? It's Denny's. And in that same night, she was street performing.
Oh shit!
What?
Yeah, she was a waitress, and then afterwards on the main street, she was like singing fucking like Otis Redding or something.
She makes eye contact with you. What'd you expect? I work at Denny's.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Where was this?
Waikiki.
What the hell?
But I love her. Like, we were just looking at each other like, all right, yeah, that food could take forever. I don't care.
Yeah.
Honey, your food's coming, but what do you expect? It's Denny's.
I love when people have a sense of humor about it.
Yeah.
That's a great diffuser.
Or a grip of reality.
Yeah, that is reality.
It's a Waffle House, sir.
I actually like it because we don't have it here. Waffle House,